What's going on YouTube? Twitchy here with some more Awaken Chaos content. Today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to 3-star clear stage 20 of the Free Cities faction. It is incredibly hero specific, so I do apologize if you don't have heroes to do it, but I do hope it helps anybody that does. And if you guys do enjoy the video, make sure you thumbs up, make sure you subscribe so you see my future videos, and let's get started. Now, the first member in today's team is going to be the lovely Florence. Overall, I would say Florence is the best legendary support in the game, so if you have the option of picking her as a new player, absolutely do so. However, Florence, we are using her for her ultimate ability. She allows us to increase our damage while allowing us to get more damage from the bonus attack buff, and we really aren't using her for anything else. Our build for today, we've got her on a tankier build. She's around 31k HP. She is speed tuned to move second in the team composition. That doesn't really matter, just as long as she's moving before your now Nathalia, and as well as moving before the opponent. So we also gave her some focus because we do want the increased damage debuff to land, and we are trying to use her with the water prison spell that requires focus as well. So you just want to give her some focus, some bulk, and then speed tune her. The set isn't crazy important, it might help you survive the waves, but we are rocking revival, and then the 2-piece set isn't anything specific. We just wanted some stats. So for our bottom pieces, we went speed boots, we went HP percent ring, we went HP percent necklace, and then we were kind of just looking for some bulk and then focus with the substats. So that's going to be Florence. Our second team member is going to be the lovely Yolanda. Now for Yolanda's kit, we're actually only using her for her special ability. Her ultimate ability is really nice. She gives this AoE shield to the team based off of how much HP you lost. This is great for getting you through the wave, but her special ability, the attack up 2 plus the bonus turn at the end of the round, this is going to be really impactful for using on our damage dealer. Our stats on Yolanda, we're rocking just a ton of HP, some defense, some speed of course to make sure she's speed tuned before our damage dealer. And then really that's pretty much it. So our set used on her today is going to be Revival 4-piece just for the regen. Sustainability just helps pretty much every PvE concept or content anywhere. And then also we're rocking the 2-piece Raider set. For the bottom pieces, we have HP percent main stat for the necklace, HP percent main stat for the ring, HP percent main stat for the boots, because you gotta remember Yolanda is a super speedy girl, so we can actually hit those speed requirements, speed tuning requirements, and still be able to throw on an HP percent main stat boots, as well as looking for HP percent with substats on the top pieces and the bottom pieces. So that's going to be our second member. Our third member is going to be the lovely nasty Nat, Nathalia. I do have a really cool skin on her. I'm kind of curious, maybe down below in the comments, let me know, do you guys have the beta skin for Nathalia? I'm curious how many of us are left playing Ace still. So our third member is going to be Nasty Nat. We're using her to clear wave, so this ultimate is amazing for clearing waves. Gets reset based upon a kill, and then the passive is really nice for helping her set herself up for getting the kill because she gives herself attack buff, and then the more positive effects, she will just do more damage on her upgraded trait. So that's going to be really nice there. For her stats, my Nathalia is booked, and I do recommend any new mid-game, late-game player to book their Nathalia, because you're going to be using her pretty much everywhere that you can. You know, Ash, Void Tower, the faction, Crypts, Arena. There's probably many more contents that I'm missing. However, we've got 6.5k attack on her, 182 speed. I believe the speed requirement to move before the waves is actually way lower than this, so we actually have quite a bit of stats to rework with. But since this works, I really didn't want to retune it by any means. But I think the speed is 155. Correct me down below if I am wrong, but I had my Jonathan ungeared and he was actually moving before Darkest Arena, so I think it's around 150. She is crit capped. She does have almost 400 crit damage, 386. This is definitely an endgame Nathalia, but it's not the best by any means. There's a lot of stats that we could improve it. We could drop the speed a little bit, get more attack, get more crit damage, whatever's needed to wipe the waves, as well as getting one of the final mobs on the final boss wave low enough to where Holy Yolanda can kill. That's kind of the goal for Nathalia. So for her sets, pieces used, we're rocking a warrior set. So we're looking for speed, attack, crit damage, crit rate, just mostly offensive stats. And we are also rocking a raider 2-piece set for helping us speed tune, as well as getting her on a guard set. You know, your main goal for Nathalia should be getting her on a guard set. That's really the only reason why I farm Gemini personally. But yeah, so this is going to be our Nasty Nat. So our final member. Now this is where it just is super difficult, because she's such a rare unit in the game, and she's so strong. But our final member is going to be Light Yolanda, Divine Yolanda, Holy Yolanda, whatever you want to call her. She is the bee's knees, guys. She's OP pretty much everywhere. PvE, PvP. I used her to cheese the Fire Rift of Chaos boss. I don't know. She's just amazing. So this is actually my PvP set, and I do have her fully booked because I do think it's absolutely worth it. So just keep that in mind. You know, if you're wondering why can't I get these stats, it's just because she has books, as well as elemental bonuses, plus some augments on these substats. So it'll be a nice goal for anyone that can obtain these stats that does have her. But this is what we're rocking. We've got her at 7k attack. This can definitely be retuned. Keep that in mind, guys, because she's at 329 speed. This is not needed whatsoever. 155 is how fast you need to move before the wave. So we can definitely retune. We can get a bunch more stats, but this just works for me. So we were mainly just focusing on attack and then speed tuning. You definitely want her around, or you just want her to move before your Nathalia. That's kind of the name of the game here. And then, you know, maybe some HP to survive the waves if they are going into her, but mainly it's just going to be attack, because you do want her to kill the final boss with their ultimate. Otherwise it'll get revived, and then we'll have to just deal with a whole bunch of different shenanigans. But we are using Holy Yolanda for her ultimate. This is absolutely huge. So if you get a kill here with this ability, the unit that you did kill cannot be revived. So that's going to benefit us a ton, especially in faction content, because there are like bonuses that the enemy can get. For one, once you kill them, they actually get revived to half health, and that's actually for the Free Cities faction too. So this is where we get just a ton of value from this ultimate, as well as this special ability helping us out quite a bit in the second round, because we're going to help set our team up at the final boss wave with this invincible buff. This is just going to allow us to take more hits than, yeah, just going to allow us to take more hits without dying. So this is gonna be our Yolanda. She is triple raider. This is just for PvP's sake. You could throw her on revival. You could throw her on literally anything, as long as you're trying to hit around 7k attack, and then you have her faster than your Nathalia, then she should be working for you. So our bottom stats, we got speed for the boots, attack for the ring, attack for the necklace, and then really we're just looking for bulk and attack with our sub stats. And guys, those are our 4 heroes, and I think it's time to go to the battle. Okay, see you over there. So to give you guys an idea of what a 3-star clear requirements are, so for 1 star you need to actually clear the stage. For the 2nd star you need no more than 1 hero is killed. That's great because it does give us some leeway there. And then for the final star you have to beat the stage within 6 rounds, which is actually super difficult, especially for the stages that do have the this revive affix. So right here, revives 50% max HP upon the death of the enemy. This ability may be triggered once per battle. And then we do have Berserker's Call, so the enemy is just going to be hitting super duper hard, making it even more difficult to beat within 6 rounds. So really, we're just going to be going all in with Holy Yolanda. We're trying to deal enough damage with Nathalia to bring one of the opponent low enough to kill the main boss. So our spells used for today, we've got Water Prison. This is just to stun Darkest Arena before we use Flarence's ability. And then we do have Rage Aura. We're going to be using that on Holy Yolanda right before we use our ultimate. Let's do this, okay? I'm super hyped. This battle does not take a very long time, but it's very specific in the order of how you execute everything. So for the first wave, Holy Yolanda doesn't mean anything here. We just need Nathalia to get us through, and then these guys are going to revive once we kill them. Actually, hold on one second. Let's go back. We don't have that correct team. So before we begin, first, let's make sure we got the correct guys, which was going to be Flarence, which was going to be boom. All right, so now we've got Flarence, now we've got Holy Yolanda, now we've got regular Yolanda and Nathalia. Let's do this, okay? So once again, as I was saying, the battle doesn't really take a long time, but just the execution of everything is very specific. So here, Holy Yolanda doesn't really matter that much. We're actually going to ult with Flarence just to give us enough damage to clear the wave with Nathalia. And then we're going to use the skill 2 on Nathalia just so she can clear the wave in the first round, because she does get the bonus turn at the end of the wave. These guys are going to get revived. We're going to take some damage. This is where having some bulkiness on your guys is really, really important. Otherwise, you're just going to get wiped, and then it's not going to be a good time after this. Wave 2 is really where the bulk on Yolanda comes into place, because we do have a lot of fire mobs. If you can't kill all of them before, I would say, round 4, they're probably going to be taking your regular Yolanda out. So here is where I kind of like to ult the wood mob, just because Nathalia has a chance of deflecting. So because we killed the wood mob right there with Holy Yolanda, he's not going to come back. That's why she's super duper duper OP for these faction stages, I'd say. So here, Flarence, we're just going to basic attack with Wood Yolanda. I'm actually going to pop the ults just because I know these guys are going to go into her. I really don't want her to die, because that's just going to completely ruin the run. They're going to be revived, of course. They're going to do damage to Wood Yolanda. And this is where I like to set myself up for the final wave. So I'm actually going to use skill 2, which is going to give invincibility, crit resistance buffs to myself, which is going to definitely last long enough to go into the final wave. And then here is where I'm just going to skill 2. I'm going to heal Wood Yolanda a little bit. And then we don't need to do anything with Wood Yolanda. We're just going to basic attack. And then this is, we're going to wipe the wave. We're going to go into the final wave. We're doing some good stuff, guys. Okay, so here is where we have Darkest Arena. So this is where Tricky Waters comes into place, because if we do a non-attack ability, a support ability, then Darkest Arena is going to counter and she's going to apply silence, and it's not going to be good. However, if we basic, I'm just going to basic into Savannah, just so, one, we do have Zitlin on the other team, and Zitlin is going to give whoever takes the first damage a little heal over time. That's fine. So we're just going to do it into Savannah. She gets a shield too. And then this is where you have to really pay attention. So we've got a Water Prison on Flarence's turn onto Darkest Arena. So this is going to help us out by removing the shield. This is also going to allow us to use our support abilities, because Darkest Arena is stunned. She cannot counterattack. So you'll see her get activated, but she can't do anything, which is really, really nice. We are going to skill 2 into our light Yolanda here, further increasing her attack. Now, this is where you really need enough damage. Not too much damage, of course, because if you do kill all of the heroes, then it's not really going to work out, but you need enough to bring someone low enough. Anybody, it really doesn't matter. I think typically it's going to be Zitlin, just because he's fire element, so he's going to take the most damage. And this is where all of the buffs from Holy Yolanda, the buffs from Wood Yolanda are going to help us out, because they just took a bunch of attacks, but we really didn't have anything happen to us. So we've got another bonus turn at the end of the round, because we used Wood Yolanda, S2 into Light Yolanda, and this is where it's going to end. Okay, so we're going to Rage Aura. We are going to ult into Darkest Arena. I would say, you know, if Zitlin's definitely low enough here. He's at 14,000. You really want to make someone around that 20k HP if you do plan on getting this one shot out, but let's see how it looks. So Yolanda does get the kill on Darkest Arena. They're gonna revive, but they don't even know that their boss was just killed with anti-revive, so there we go. That's how you do stage 20 of Free Cities. Once again, very hero specific, but for anybody that has those heroes, has the stats to do so, start farming the ores, because they just came out with the update where you will always get a ore per clear. It's amazing. Now it's guaranteed for at least purples, but you do have a chance of getting yellow ores at stage 20, so I definitely think it's worth it. All right, so guys, we'll be signing off. As always, like the video if you enjoyed, subscribe if you want to see future videos, and I'll see you in the next one.